The reason this came about is when I was in Haiti, the thing that really impressed me the most is I was riding in the back of a Hilux, and the thing was running on like 4 flat tires through the rain down a rain slick mountain. There was no oil in the car, and I was like, dude, how do you maintain this truck? And they're like, oh, we'll put oil in it. I'm like, do you like change the oil? They're like, no, we just put oil in it. Yeah, I'm like, oh my God. But it still ran. Whether it be a Hilux or some of the other vehicles we're gonna talk today, there are some very reliable vehicles that you can choose and that you can outfit in certain ways to fit some very bad scenarios that still look like they're gonna be fine on the street. You don't wanna have a big calling card, obviously, that says, hey, I have a vehicle of war. Obviously, this thing's a little ostentatious, but we did that to get your attention, to bring something cool into the channel. But the point is, having a vehicle with those capabilities for off-road, for end of the world, that doesn't rely on electronics and that's easily repairable is incredibly important. And whether you've deployed, whether you've been in a bad situation, you know that having a vehicle that you can rely upon and that you know how to work on is important. So given your expertise in cars, what we're gonna be talking about with you today is the different types of vehicles that you would recommend, some of the modifications that we've made and that you've made to it, and what to look for.
Yeah, like Mike said, when he was in Haiti, these motors were built to last even with people just completely abusing them. That's why you've seen these trucks get flipped over, flipped right back on over, and then they just keep driving. And
did Whistling Diesel try to kill one?
Yeah, exactly, and it's unkillable. These motors, they're not all too fast, but they sure are reliable. They got a lot of torque. And pretty much, you don't even have to be a car person or have a bunch of knowledge on cars to know how to maintain this truck. It's really gonna help you more than you're gonna help it. Yeah, so for Mike's particular vehicle, this is a 95 Hilux. There are many, though, other reliable vehicles that you could build that are, cheaper, more expensive, but all around like the same reliability, and you can trust, to take you pretty much anywhere.
There's some other vehicles that people can get stateside that have like a lot of the same reliability that like a Hilux would have.
I really like, I've worked on cars my whole life, and I would say any of the old, the OBS 7.3 Fords, definitely not the 6.0s unless, you bulletproof it and stuff.